In Part 2 of Lecture 10, we will discuss passwords. It's surprising how many people pick passwords that another person could figure out. I knew a varsity baseball player whose password was center fielder. Care to guess what position he played? I've known people who have chosen their birthday, a friend or relative's birthday, their girlfriend or boyfriend's name, a nickname of theirs. These are all terrible choices because these are passwords that anyone who knows them would be able to guess. The term strong password refers to a password that is difficult to hack. It's not a common word and really shouldn't be a word in the first place. It should not have any obvious ties to the user. The best passwords are at least 8 characters long and will mix capital and lowercase letters as well as numbers and other symbols. One reason that choosing a word is a bad choice is that there are hackers who try brute force attacks, where they use a file with a huge number of words, all of which they try. They may even try every possible combination of letters, digits, and symbols. This is called a brute force attack for obvious reasons. Since it does an exhaustive search until it finds the right combination, it can take days. The attempt to try to use a huge list of words to see if any of them is the password has a name. It's called a dictionary attack. It's even easier if the word is in a specific language. The reason that dictionary attacks succeed is because there are 2 imperatives that everyone is trying to achieve. A password that is hard to guess, that they can remember. This is where the problem occurs. If you look at the potential passwords on this slide, you can understand why someone might try these out. The problem with clever approaches like this is that people can guess them. And the people who write tools to crack passwords know to try them. Let's take a look at passwords that are not strong. These weak passwords include regular dictionary words, including in languages other than English. You may think that you are so clever using a word you learned in intermediate Spanish, but don't be surprised if a classmate who is a hacker tries that. Double words are another attempt to make a weak password look strong. Hackers think about that too. Default passwords are the worst to use because hackers are well aware of them, and these would be the first words that they try. Number sequences, such as dates and telephone numbers, are also usually easy to guess. Weak passwords can also be simple words and phrases with a number stuck at the end, or digits or other symbols replacing letters. So secret 123, dolphins 2018, Mets 69 are all bad choices. So are passwords with an @ sign instead of an A, or replacing O's with zeros. Conventional capitalization can also make it easier to guess. How do you make a strong password? Start with a phrase, some sentence you know you can remember. No, that is not your password. But you will take the first letter from each word in the phrase. You want it to be 8 to 12 characters. Some sites limit how long your password can be. If you have capitalization, don't put it at the beginning, and put digits other than at the end. Let's look at an example. Let's start with the expression, I went to Detroit, Michigan, when I was 23 years old, taking the first letter of every word to get IWTDMWIW23YO. That's hard to guess. If you need passwords for multiple sites, replace the town with the name of the site. So, I went to PayPal when I was 23 years old becomes IWTPP WIW23YO. Another thing that makes it harder to guess a password is if you take several words, 4 or more words, and combine them into one password. Look at our example. Spa, braid, Amazon, Nui are not good passwords. But Spa, braid, Amazon, Nui all taken together is much, much better. A lot of people write down passwords because they can be difficult to remember. One way around this is to write them down. But be careful where you write them. It should be a place that is not associated with your computer or device. You don't want anyone stealing your device to be capable of reading and using your password. If you are going to store them on your device, make sure to encrypt them to stop people from getting them. If your passwords are fairly random, one thing you can do is to use a password manager. Password managers store user IDs and their corresponding passwords. They usually include a so-called strength meter, so you know if the password you are creating is difficult to hack. It can then automatically log you in on whatever sites you need to visit. The password meter that you see here is one example of how password managers can help you create strong passwords.